We are...
The following contest is a Gauntlet Eliminator match! The rules of the match are as follows. 2 superstars will start in the ring. At regular intervals, a new superstar enters the match. Elimination can only occur by pinfall or submission. The match continues until 1 superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner!
The chase for clout is back on. I am your clout missioner, Captain Tyrant Guy Dal. Welcome back to All Influencer Wrestling.
The specialist, Maria Ahmed.
We are resuming right where we left off. New coast, new location, new arena. We need new competitors. 8 competitors in this opening match, a gauntlet eliminator. Whoever wins this match will next week be facing the legend, the famous, the roadblock, Chen Astorio, our $1 million champion. To get to that titanic conflict, however, they have to survive 7 other clout chasers.
And from New York, MJ!
Faria Ahmed in the ring, no doubt questioning her life choices. Since we last met, Faria relocating, now apparently living in Long Island, New York, so she's made terrible life choices to begin with, is facing the mother of pain, MJ, going to be another one. As we heard just prior, there will be a new competitor entering this match every 30 seconds. One by one, they will be eliminated until only one remains. We will talk more later about what has happened, why we've been gone so long, why the new arena, but for right now, let's get focused on chasing some clout. Faria laying it to Fairhaven, right out the gate, knees to the back, trying to disable, I think, that pinball offense, and going for the pin right out of the gate. A dominant performance by Faria, looking to send a statement, but it takes a lot more than that to keep the mother of pain down. And who is the third entrant coming to join the fray? We know the dominant music of Banshee. Still with those vicious stilettos, Banshee looking to make a name for herself. Somebody who has yet to really capture any kind of gold here in All Influencer Wrestling. Will this restart be a new dawn for Banshee, or will she fade screaming into the night? And here is Chaos entering the ring once again. Unfortunately, I did not leave her when the old arena burned down. Mouthing off on the ramp is Michaela Lane, and immediately getting clobbered with a sledgehammer by Banshee. Mac laid out there, rolling around with her guts bludgeoned with a hammer, and now Banshee looking to take Faria out the match. Barely a 1 count though. And another Hell Influencer Wrestling original, been here with the promotion a very long time. Lucette Forrester had very mixed experiences in the promotion thus far. Has her eyes set on that $1 million championship. She has mixed up with Jenna before, looking to have a very different outcome this time. You look at that boot to the face by Banshee right there with the stilettos. And up and down goes the spine of Mac, and Lucette has her eyes set on the new look, new appearance, new attitude. Olivia Mason, one of the newest clout chasers to arrive, looking to make her name known. And Lucette wants no part of that. Took Olivia right out on the mat. Mac there going for Faria. Is Ahmed going to be taken out? Only a 2, barely, but Ahmed does survive. This match environment does play well with temporary alliances. And speaking of people who are familiar with Jennifer, here she is, the Winter Queen, Aria Nightvalley. She used to hold that title herself, lost it back to Jennifer. Aria wants that $1 million title back around her waist. This is her path to do it, but she's got to clear through all these other chasers first. Here comes our final entrant, another newer clout chaser, the fair-weather friend, Paris O'Shell. Clearly leading into the very purple vibe that we have here in All Influencer Wrestling. The ring is now full. If my counting is correct, that is all 8 competitors in. No one eliminated as of yet. There are no countouts, there are no disqualifications, but pinfalls or submissions only can happen in the ring. And look at that punt kick Lucette just delivered to the guts of Mac, following up on the damage done with that hammer by Banshee earlier on. Faria back into it as well. Rolls through, going for the pinfall on Mac. Is this going to do it? 1, only a 1. And Aria there taking advantage. Rolling through, is this going to be her opportunity? Only a 1. Faria and Mother of Pain are the 2 who started out this match. They're still very much going strong. And there is Banshee once again running through. Watching is up. Nope, not even a 1 count. Not even a 1 on Aria. She is not going down that easily. Oh, but Banshee has the abdominal stretch locked in. Fights out though. And there's Mac waiting to take advantage. Hoists Lady Nightvalley up over into the corner. And down she goes. And there's Banshee waiting to capitalize. And again, those stiletto boots right to the face of Mac. Meanwhile, we've got just chaos and carnage going on the outside of the ring. Paris O'Shell looks like she's standing tall right now. Missed the elbow to Banshee. And right into the stairs for her trouble. A vicious side of Paris. Faria there with the kendo stick. And back into the steps herself. She knows now exactly how that feels. Up and down onto the unforgiving outside of the ring. Aria, now has hold of that sledgehammer from Banshee earlier. Heads as this takedown by Mac though. The only 2 in the ring right now. What does Mac have in line? It's just trying to choke out Lady Nightvalley, I believe. And knees to the face. Not the greatest strategy by Nightvalley. Mac's head is too thick. Paris O'Shell on the outside though. Dominant performance by the Fairweather friend. Really looking to establish herself, I think. Purple on purple graps going on as she sends Mother of Pain down, and Rev got confused in the ring, not sure where to look. Aria has Mac down, is that going to be it? And Mac is the first out. Aria Nightvalley punches her first card towards the $1 million championship once again. 1 down, 7 to go. Paris now the only one waiting in the ring. That is the sound of a steel chair. Someone around the outside. I see a baseball bat. Looks like somebody has retrieved. And kendo sticks for days over there on the left side of the ring. Olivia Mason taunting, eyeing up Lucette. Lucette is having absolutely none of it. Caught Olivia. Dynamic flip there. Is that going to be it? Oh, barely kicks out 2.5, but Olivia is surviving. Meanwhile, Faria there slamming once again Banshee down onto the outside of the ring. Lucette taking it, trying to eliminate the height advantage held by Olivia by taking out the legs. Tried though to go for a contest of strength. Bad idea from Lucette. Olivia won that handily. And plants Lucette as the Mother of Pain watches on. Kicks out, and I think the Mother of Pain was trying to capitalize there while Olivia was distracted. Paris had the same idea and spoiled that plan. Wriggles 3, pinballing around as the Mother of Pain, over cracking the neck of Olivia. Is this going to do it for Mason? And no, 2.5 again. Olivia coming close to that 3 count, but she has not gone down yet. Again, 1 elimination thus far, held by Aria, and everyone now back in the ring. With this being elimination rules, there is no reason to save anyone in this match. It will be last standing. What does Banshee have in mind? Going out looking for another weapon, I think. And planted goes Faria, but there's Olivia. Elbows to the throat of the Mother of Pain and slamming down onto the back. We have Lucette going for the pin on Paris. Didn't get any of that. 1 is all that got. Kick to the face of Olivia by Banshee. And then to Mother of Pain. That kick-based offense of Banshee really showing effectiveness, and she's got that stretch locked back in now on Mother of Pain. Not somebody who historically has really been particularly susceptible to submission offense, and not the case here either. But there's Aria looking to capitalize once again. Is that going to be it? And couldn't recover. Didn't submit, but that is 2 eliminations held by Aria. Not wanting merely to win the match, I think Aria is trying to really stake her claim that that is her title. It's merely Jenna holding it. Of course, Astorio herself might have some pretty strong opinions about that fact. And exchanging the kicks, Banshee again takes Mason down. She's taken a lot of punishment to the head thus far. Is this going to be it? That was finally a valiant attempt at surviving by Olivia Mason, but Banshee nails that at the end and face plant to Lucette. And they're back with Lucette dexterously rolling out of the ring to avoid that sledgehammer, but taking a moment to taunt Banshee, not the wisest move. Aria mixing up with Faria, and there's Banshee again with that sledgehammer, doing dividends. Mixes up, grappling between Paris and Lucette, and again with the sledgehammer. Banshee wants to damage all of her opponents in this match. She wants to make sure that she doesn't win the match. She is looking to take her opponents out. Paris rolls through. We got a 3-way going on in the north, while Faria and Aria are taking it on and their kendo stick to the back of their head for Nightvalley. Banshee rolls Forrester back in, tangles up on the outside with Faria, but there's Paris trying to take advantage of Banshee's work and just pounding the head of Lucette down into the mat. Meanwhile, Faria got the better of the exchange outside, and Banshee now back in the ring. Counter there by Lucette, and Banshee right there waiting. Contest of strength for Lucette again. She's having much more luck with Banshee than she did with Mason. Reversal and bounce off the ropes and cutter by Lucette. Look at that, the athleticism of Forrester. When you're used to 0G, that's how you learn the move. But only a 2. Banshee is still up. Banshee taking a bit of a breather and carnage on the outside. Harris, O'Shell, Aria both laid out. Lucette taking advantage. Saw that taunt from Banshee. Wanted to shut her right up, and bouncing into the steps will do exactly that. Lucette now standing tall. Aria down on the north. Banshee back on her feet. And over the knee. And there again, that kick from Banshee right to the head of Paris. Banshee and Aria in the ring, and Banshee realizes she's maybe not in the greatest situation there. Tries to escape, thinks better of it, rolls back in, and slam from Nightvalley. Banshee's been in here a while. Is that going to finally do it? No, the death scream of the Banshee is not here as yet. Lady Winter has not frozen out the Banshee. Waits for her to get to her feet. What does Winter have in mind now? Leg drag. And snap down, trying to eliminate those dangerous kicks of Banshee. And snap suplex, over goes Banshee. Meanwhile, Paris with the bat, doing a day's work on the outside, taking apart both Lucette and, chopped by Banshee, and face plant. Down goes Aria. Is that going to be it? And there ends the dream of Aria Nightvalley. She will not get her path back to the $1 Shillion Championship this way. 2 eliminations down, but that was Banshee's second elimination herself of Nightvalley. 2 gone. Or 3 gone, rather, with that. A double pinfall. We got double pins. Down goes Faria. But I think the ref didn't realize that the other pinfall was going on. Lucette had Banshee down for a clear, visible 3. Banshee retaliates. And there goes Lucette, and right there with the bat, waiting is Paris, rolls through, but to the bounce of Banshee with the bat. It's going to be one of these two who meets Jeneth Astoria. Lucette is not going to be happy about the way that ended, however. Clearly had the pinfall on Banshee. We'll figure out a way to make that right later on. Countered by Paris, kick to the gut, kick again. What's she got in mind here? And DDT takes her time. Look at the arrogance of Paris O'Shell. And that is that.
Here is your winner!
The fair weather friend, Paris O'Shell. Opportunistic, conniving, but successful. Taking full advantage of the type of match she is in. Paris is going to have her work cut out for her one-on-one against Astoria. What a match to come back to. It is good to be back. I have missed this. It is good for the Clout Missioner to be back with you. Captain Turiat Guidel has missed you all. What a match. We're going to take a quick ad break to reset, and we will be right back with more multi-man action. We need to determine the competitor as well for Gabriel Van Hessel, and the first stage of that is up next after these short messages. We'll be right back. Captain Turiat Guidel, Clout Missioner of All Influencer Wrestling here, and I have a question for you. Do you like robots? Do you like space? Do you like queer romance? How about gay robots in space? Then you should read Emotional Resonance by V.M. Ayala, now available in print for the first time as part of the Best American Science Fiction and Fantasy 2024. See harpercollins.com for details. Hi, I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Minster, and the Clout Missioner of all Influencer Wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats, and sometimes even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind: tinyhatlabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? tinyhatlabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, and tinyhatlabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet. Welcome back, more multi-man action, triple threat this time. One of these three competitors will advance to face the winner of a different triple threat later on. The winner of that will challenge Gabriel Van Hessen.
Is a triple threat match, making his way to the ring from Colorado, weighing in at 280 pounds, Big Magic Reynolds!
The lab has opened, the goblins have escaped, and the Artificer is ready to fight. Heavy coat, definitely hot here in the California weather, but that is not going to deter Big Magic Reynolds. Someone who himself has come within fingers grasps of the Sold Clout title. Will this be once again his path back? Or will one of his two competitors tonight be the one to move on to that #1 contenders match? Will have his work cut out for him, and of course, unlike the last match, this one is not elimination rules. First to score the pinfall or submission will win. The size advantage of Reynolds definitely is going to play a factor in this match, but he cannot underestimate his opponents. Especially not when this man is one of them, the first ever Sold Clout champion.
From Avalon, weighing in at 150 pounds, the Dream!
The Dreamer, Abel Therron, the first ever holder of the Sold Clout title. This is his shot at redemption once again. Big size difference between Reynolds and Therron. A true David and Goliath battle, but there is a third. You thought Abel had his work cut out with him with just Reynolds. Phantom is the third man in this match. A vicious powerhouse. Phantom, the one to keep your eye on, I feel, in this. Reynolds and Abel, both more noble types of competitors. They're here for a fair fight. Phantom is going to do whatever he can to get that shot at the title. Though again, cannot be any meaningful alliance between Reynolds and Therron. The first to score pinfall or submission is the winner. Any alliance in a match like this is inherently fraught. Stalking the ring, scouting his prey. Phantom has until recently been more engaged in the tag side along with the unpredictable Steve Sparks. No sign of Sparks out here tonight. Three-way in LA. And it looks like it's the two behemoths tangling in the middle of the ring. Let the kaiju fight it out. Therron tries to get in, but simply overpowered by Reynolds. It looks like the Artificer is going old school, whilst the Phantom is being very daring over there, reminding everyone of that mist that he has used to such great effect in previous matches. And up and down goes Therron, and over the ropes, catches Reynolds, and elbow plants him down to the mat. Look at the sheer size of Therron compared to these two. Up onto the shoulders he goes. Bounces face off the turnbuckle. Big boot by Reynolds. Follows outside. Again, no countouts, no DQs in a three-way match. Boot to the gut of Phantom. And big spinning DDT. Abel able to knock Reynolds off balance. Takes a moment to pose. Is that going to be a big mistake? Reynolds tried to go for the chop block. Phantom had that scouted. And their diving kick and over the top rope. My God, look at that man fly. As the Artificer installed some jet boosters while we've been gone. Off the steel steps goes Reynolds. Abel very poorly misjudged there. I think he thought Phantom might be in that position for longer. Tried to adjust mid-flight, you could see, but did not work out well for the high-flying Therron. Sent back into the ring by Phantom. Reynolds coming around the outside. And once again, carrying Abel and bouncing off the rope. There's... and Phantom repaying that boot from earlier, right to the jaw of Reynolds, and down he goes. I wondered there for a moment if Phantom was going to try and end the match early, but no, plants the shoulders of Reynolds down, and Abel, realizing his size disadvantage, I think, has gone for the kendo stick. The great equalizer. And right into the face of Phantom. I don't care what a big spooky goth bastard you are, a kendo stick to the face is going to hurt. Trying to take out Reynolds whilst Therron was stunned in the corner, but they've been playing possum there. And going for the pinfall on Phantom himself. Reynolds was stunned in the corner. Could that a shock upset? No, only a 1. That would have been quite the result for Abel Therron, but not able to to put Phantom away. Needs more damage to get to that point. Up onto the shoulders though of Reynolds and goes right through for the pinfall. Phantom right there waiting. And up, tossing Therron around like a sack of taters. And wrenching the arm up and down goes Reynolds, but we saw Abel recovering, and right there, Therron breaks up the pinfall attempt. And DDT, down goes Phantom, not able to capitalize. Reynolds making his way right back to the ring. Headbutt from the Artificer. And big move there by Phantom. Is that going to take it? He's planted Therron in the corner, and no, Reynolds survives. 2.5, but Reynolds is still in it. Phantom thought he had it won there. Not the end of days for Reynolds. Rolls out of the way. Sends Phantom into the corner. And a big splash. Therron back with a kendo stick once again, though. And look at the strength of Reynolds, just hoying Phantom around like that. Lighting up Therron. And down to the mat. Phantom's back to his feet. Another big boot by Reynolds. Phantom rolls out. And kendo to the gut. Is that going to be enough to keep Therron down? Is Phantom still stunned? No. Powers out. Abel still in this. Phantom caught back into the ring there by Reynolds, and able to dodge though. Elbow strike right to the chest. Dodged those kendo sticks. Reynolds out recovering. Therron in trouble, bouncing off the ropes. Is this going to be the opportunity for Phantom? That battered, almost broken kendo stick. Therron rolls out the way, catches it that time though, into splinters. That stick exploded. Reynolds there, saved the matchup. But I don't know how much Therron's going to thank him for that. Head scissors takedown by Therron. Tried to take advantage of Reynolds to capture the corner, but kick to the face said no. Up over the shoulder, and again, hanging Therron out to dry, and boots to the face of Reynolds once again. Those dueling big boots from these two big beefy boys. Reynolds kicks out at 2. Therron recovered on the outside, and there it is again, the miss, but Reynolds was ready and waiting up, and it is time for a last ride for the Phantom, but Therron is waiting, not letting Reynolds capitalize. Counter swings into the apron and bouncing through, and drop kick to the chest. Therron now the only one up, never mind, Phantom back to his feet. Giant DDT from Therron. Phantom comes down, spin and splash. Is that going to do it? Did Phantom get his knees up? I think Therron took a bit of damage on that move as well. He's got Phantom though down and grounded. Falls back to the feet, off the ropes. And giant cutter by Therron, but Reynolds was back waiting. Big blow to the skull, and looks like he's picking Phantom as his target. Over the shoulder. Hangs out to dry once again. Is that going to be it for Phantom? No, Therron is back. Therron's recovered. He's not letting it end like that. Kick to the back of Reynolds. Ducks the and DDT again by Therron, but Phantom back to his feet, rolls through. And it's flying elbow by Therron. He has both the giants down. Is this Abel's moment? Strikes the knee, trying to destroy the center of balance. And excellent mid-air maneuver, but Reynolds was too quick. Rolls out the way. Boot once again. Elbow strike. Phantom is back. Reynolds saw it coming. Up he goes. And are we going to see pile driver? The tombstone by Reynolds. But Therron's still waiting right there. Hit and run offense by Therron. Smart maneuvers by this veteran clout chaser. He knows he can't get into a slugging match with these two. Sledgehammer though, that will help. Baseball bat by Phantom, and the speed of Abel overcomes the bulk of the Phantom. He's able to get that strike in first. Plants Phantom down onto the outside. Reynolds is back up. Sends Phantom back into the ring as Reynolds is coming around there on the outside. Rolls back in. All three men now back in the ring. Reynolds in control. Though kick to the gut by Therron might change that. Over we go, and big reverse slam, but Phantom is back to his feet. It's going to take more than that. Bounces Therron off the turnbuckle and up to the top he goes. And choke slam off the turnbuckle. Can Reynolds get back to his feet in time? 2, I don't think he's going to make it, but Therron dug deep and found the wherewithal to power out. Is that, though, going to be the end of it for Abel Therron? Back scratch by Reynolds, gets Phantom into position. Can he get him? He's going for the chokehold. Phantom able to power out with those punches to the head. And there's the mist. Once again, punt kick to Reynolds. And there again is Therron. Hyping up the crowd. Therron's feeling it. He's got Phantom stunned. Can he put Reynolds away? What does he have left in his bag of tricks? Heads his takedown. Phantom's back. Went for the big boot. I don't think he quite got all of that. The battle of the boot continues. Therron's out. Phantom's down. This is going to be it. Has Reynolds done it? Reynolds has done it! Big Magic Reynolds puts away the Phantom. He advances. Big Magic Reynolds claims his spot in the #1 contenders match. One more stop to go before he can target Van Vessel. We're going to keep rolling it right on through. We've got a lot more matches to get through. We've got a lot of titles to determine tonight. So take care. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these short messages.
Captain Turid Guidel, Club Missioner of All Influencer Wrestling here, and I have a question for you. Do you like robots? Do you like space? Do you like queer romance? How about gay robots in space? Then you should read Emotional Resonance by V.M. Ayala, now available in print for the first time as part of the Best American Science Fiction and Fantasy 2024. See harpercollins.com for details. Even more magic and magic explosions. Still, the door refused her. Why? After all this time and effort, why wouldn't the damn thing open? Sure, it was an enchanted door that would open the path to a potentially catastrophic amount of magic pouring back into the universe, causing endless natural disasters that would drown or bury most cities from existence. But there was an equally high chance that wouldn't happen, and that the magic had been sealed away by ignorant fools for nothing. She had to believe there was a reason why she could tap into a sliver of the magic locked behind the door. That this was it, her singular life purpose. Open the door, restore its magic back to everyone like it used to be in the stories, where anyone could use magic, for good or bad. That had to be it, right? That had to be why she was standing here, in the door's pocket dimension, on a small plot of Earth, large enough for only one person to stand in front of it, swearing at this void black door with iridescent veins flowing along its surface like water, living, taunting her to just open it already. So why was it so hard to swing the damn thing wide? Somehow, she had shoved the door apart just a crack ages ago. A thin, wispy line of light seeped out of a seam down the centre. Whenever she used teleportation magic, as she had decided to call it since she didn't know the correct term and hadn't seen others use it before, probably because it was dangerous and required sliding through space and time, but who was counting? She tapped into a sliver of warmth and power to travel wherever she wished. She'd managed that slight opening unthinking as a child, then never again. What was she doing wrong now? Worse, what if she wasn't doing anything wrong? What if this door wasn't meant to open for her after all? What else could there be for her but this? After everything, after all that searching, what else could there be?
This has been an extract from The Void Door by V.M. Ayala. To read the full story, please visit beneath-ceaseless-skies.com and search for issue 378. And thank you for watching Masterpiece Theatre. Welcome back from that break. We've got more multi-competitor action up next. This time it's triple tag team. 6 competitors, 2 teams of 3.
The following contest is a 6-woman tag match. Introducing first, representing Chaos from Valhalla, the Tank.
The winning team from this match will go on to face each other. The winner of that match will get a title shot against Presory D, our current Sold Clout champion. They have to work together to earn the right to fight against each other. As we know, Battlestar Galactica has had a turbulent time here in All Influencer Wrestling, waging a war for the longest time, looking to put that behind themselves now. Val wants the clout. Two partners about to join Val in the ring. A team of 3 yet to make their way down. And here's Val's first partner.
And from New York, New York, the Animal Princess.
I'm trying so hard to find the weaknesses inside. It's gonna spill.
One of the only competitors in the division who can match Battlestar's height. Mary, a stalwart of the division, proved herself to be a ring general in previous seasons. Very impressive IQ shown by our druidic princess. Is this going to follow through? Can she guide her team to victory? And then will she be able to put them away afterwards? Someone else who is an adept in the ring, Ashapal. The height on display of this team is impressive. The range of color is incredible. Asha and Mary have had success teaming together before. Will adding Battlestar as the third be the secret to success in this match tonight? Asha, of course, coming out to the ring by herself. Her childhood friends, Avric and Tiff, in action in our main event later tonight. They earned previously a title shot against the Double Clout champions, RBFS. Backstage preparing for those. This team of orphans looking to really reset and push forward for victory. But who are these 3 up against?
And from Chicago, Illinois, the
Another relatively recent, comparatively, addition to the roster. The Dark Wolf Fenris has proven herself to be a dominating force in the ring. Submission specialist, all about quick strikes, brutal hits. No muss, no fuss. One of the more straightforward competitors. Fenris, though usually a bit more of a lone wolf, will have to learn to work as part of her team in order to put the tall trio away. And if there was ever a clash of personalities, it is this. Glix bringing veteran instinct to the team. Glix has had her hands on the Soul Clout Championship for quite a while. She knows how to win, she knows how to get it done in the ring, but usually a solo competitor. How will Glix team with Fenris and their third partner? The martial artist, the Sun Soul Monk, Saria Violet. Again, an incredible martial artist, a striking competitor, but usually a solo expert. Saria, Glix, and Fenris, none of them really experienced in tag team dynamics. Mary and Asha worked together, Battlestar and Adept at tag teams, but usually forming part of Team Chaos along with Cinneas. Battlestar usually engaging in mixed gender tag matches. This is going to be a little bit of untested territory for Battlestar as well. And it looks like we have Val and Fenris starting out the match. And I thought Val got the better of the open exchange, but no, looks like it was in fact Fenris taking advantage of Val's height. Sends her up and over, but Val striking back. Back and forth, back and forth. And into the corner. Like I said, no muss, no fuss. Stomping a hole into Battlestar, choking out with the boot. Fenris is just here to do damage. Look, if you want to keep things moving quickly, in comes Glix. Following through, boots to the side of Battlestar. What does Glix have in mind now? Plants, grabs the hair. Down to the mat goes Battlestar, taking that punishment. Battlestar very much tanking for her team out the gate. And another quick tag. I was wondering how well these three were going to do as a team, but at least Fenris and Glix seemingly showing some good fundamentals here. Quick tags, keeping each other fresh, keeping Battlestar isolated. And boot to the shoulder. And clubbing blows down to the head as Battlestar tries to protect themselves. Up, hauled by Fenris. And neckbreaker, down goes Battlestar. And immediately going for the pin. Fenris looking to put this away very quickly. Ref getting into position, only a 1 count though. It takes more than that to keep a tank main down. Going for the tag. Glix once again. Saria Violet thus far left out of the match on this team. Is that a strategy? Or is that A work by Glix and Fenris. Up goes Battlestar and loses balance, and there's that. That does appear indeed to be a strategy. Battlestar unable to capitalize due to that blow to the head by Saria, who was waiting right there in position. Keeping Violet fresh, easily able to tag in. This is solid tag team strategy from this team. But there, Val gets the scoop slam on Glix and able to make the tag. Who goes for? And it is Mary locking up with Glix next. Druid versus Druid. Kicks by Glix. Sends Mary into the corner. And Bulldog by Glix. Mary down, but there's Usher ready to make the save. Vaults back over and wrenching the arm of Mary. Glix looks like they've had enough. Out goes the tag, and once again it's Fenris back in. Saria Violet still yet to be tagged in by that team. And big strike there by Fenris. And she is baiting the other team to get back involved. Drives Battlestar down to the mat, raining the blows down on the head and going right there for the next. She's trying to get those fingers locked in. Val able to power through. Submission maneuvers by Fenris though. And up onto the shoulders, the strength of Battlestar, and plant face first. Down goes Fenris. Val trying to put this away. And there comes the difference maker. Saria Violet, completely fresh in the match, easily able to break that pinfall. And now it's Usher in the match for the first time. Playing to the crowd, waiting for Fenris to get back up. And a bit of a mistake there. Fenris incensed by the disrespect shown there. And plants the giant Usher. Is that going to be it? Surely not. Mary there with the save. You do not want to be charged down with those antlers, let me tell you. And she has the choke locked in. Is it? And Kimura locked in by Fenris. And there's Val with the save. Doesn't matter how tall you are, if you can't breathe, you're going to fade. Usher trying to recover from that. Fenris able to knock Val off the apron. Can Fenris follow through? Usher's still groggy from that clutch. And there, look at that. Glix choking out Usher on the side of the ring rope. Usher able to power through, but this is, again, impressive teamwork. Fenris sending Ashapal back, and again tag on Glix. Double team maneuver coming through. Usher into the ropes and up and over they go. Mary desperate for the tag, and there it is. Glix playing to the crowd. Mary back to the Druid boot. Elbow strike to the face of Glix, and Glix rolls out to take a breather. Mary follows through, but Glix waiting on the outside. Baited Mary out there with that, I feel. Tried to go for the boot of Usher. Didn't get any purchase. Head into the turnbuckle. Hang up Tree of Woe. That is not a tree passage that this druid wants to be experiencing. Bounces off into the other corner and charges through, and running Bulldog. Down goes Glix in the center of the ring. Rolls through tag, and finally Saria Violet enters the ring. Jumping kick blocked by Battlestar. And up and release suplex sends Violet flying. Rolls out, takes a breather, and oh, Battlestar, no. Baited to the outside by Glix, went for the big dive, but Glix was playing possum, rolled back in. Val crashing down onto the mat. Big drop kick sends Mary down. Usher, though, able to counter. And counter there by Val, taking control of the exchange. Up and down goes Saria. And there's Fenris to break up the pinfall. What does Battlestar have in mind now? Saria isolated in the corner. Quick elbow strike though counters and lighting up the side of Battlestar with those big kicks. Hypes herself up, waits for Asha to get into the ring, and blow to the face there. Asha once again up onto the shoulders, drops Violet down. Asha has something in mind. And locks down in. It is time for the pedigree. Goes for the pinfall. Is this going to do it? 1, 2, and Glick's able to make it in, break things up in time. And Asha not happy about that, hanging Glick's out to dry, sends her planted down to the mat. Violet in a dangerous position now. Asha going for the tag. It's Mary's turn once again. Druid versus Monk. Who's going to come up top? Mary taking a moment to play the crowd, waiting Saria to get back to her feet. And by the throat. Big clothesline, and again, not yet really. She's still got that wrist locked in. Is this going to be a third clothesline by Mary? And up to the top. And big flying elbow from the top there by Mary. Crashing down onto Saria and tags in Asha, maybe to finish the job. Not as of yet. Saria counters. Strikes to the side and hurls Asha by the hair. And tag, it's Fenris's turn once again. Duck through, Asha able to counter. And down goes Fenris, right in front of the other team. Fenris able to kick out. And bouncing Fenris's skull off the turnbuckle. Quick elbow counter. Mary and Val both trying to distract Fenris. She's having none of it. She is locked in on Ashapal. And sends her down. Goes for the tag. It's Glix once again. And gave too long there. Asha able to recover. Sends Glix down to the mat with a running clothesline, and Asha got her up over the shoulder. And running power slam. Down goes Glix, followed up by a jumping knee strike. And here comes the tag once again. It's Druid to finish off the Druid. Can Mary do it? Tried to take out Fenris with those vicious antlers. Fenris had it scouted though, and that may have been a mistake by Mary. And Glix goes for the pin. Able to power out. And the ref is down as Glix is trying to take out the opposing team. Back up now. Mary recovering on the side. Glix putting the work in. Down goes Asha. Mary isolated. Nobody to save her if Glix can put this away now. Spinning elbow into the corner. Can Glix finish this? Gives over to Fenris. If Fenris can get that chokehold locked back in, this may be it for Mary. A little bit of repositioning by the Dark Wolf. Took too long, however. Battlestar and Asha back up. And there goes the tag. Double team by Mary and Battlestar. And a big axe handle off the mid rope there by Val. bounces Fenris off the ropes, up and scoop slam, down goes the Wolf. Battlestar going up to the top, flies off, and another axe handle. This time down to the outside. A flying Battlestar and lighting Fenris up with those kicks now. Turns her eyes to Violet and double drop kick sends Violet off. This was done by Glix earlier. Val now going for the same approach. Chokes Glix out onto that top rope. Fenris back into the ring. Fenris now the one isolated. Battlestar, I think, surveying her handiwork a little bit too much there and not able to follow through. Only a 1 count though. Battlestar still very much in this. Side toss by Fenris followed by the elbow drop. And going for that Tessa's ring. Look at that limb manipulation. Cracks the fingers of Battlestar. That's an author who's going to be using diction for the next couple of days. And again, stomping onto those wrecked fingers of Battlestar. What does the Wolf have in mind? Wrenching the arm through the top rope. And bouncing the head off. Fenris is very much in control. But Val able to counter. Can she her way out of that corner? She's able to do it. And a reversal of fortune. Fenris now the one isolated in the opposing team's corner. And up to the top and over she goes. Battlestar's had enough. Is that going to do it? Nope, only a 1. And in comes Asha. Up to the top and powerbomb sends Fenris back down to the mat. Is this going to do it? Glix now able to make her way back in though. Glix saving Fenris. And once again, our ref is down. Not long enough though, a second pedigree by Ashapal. Sends Fenris down. Glix won't be able to come in and save this time. Saria, though, she will. New rules are present in these tag matches after the previous encounters we have had. There is now a timer on how frequently a tag member is able to come into the ring and save their partners. The quick tags help with that. But if they can keep Fenris isolated and get her down, now both Glix and Saria have made those saves. Fenris may be in real trouble. And again, quick tag there. Asha now in. Can she put this away? Fenris able to counter. She needs to make that tag. No, Fenris wants to do this herself. Quick, disrespectful boot, and now Glix is tagged. Glix legal. Over into the corner goes our chromatic druid. Tossed across the ring by Ashapal, and it's once again Mary back in. Elbow counter by Glix. Glix now the one in control and is going for a chokehold again, and Glix, clearly taking a note out of Fenris's book, going for that same chokehold, but Asha's there to make the save. This team have clearly been working together in preparation for this match. They know what's on stake. But still, these kickouts at ones this deep into the match is a testament to how badly all of them want that clout. And going for the submission once again, Glix has it locked up, but it's Battlestar this time with the save. Hauling Mary up by the horns. Mary able to counter. and sends Glix over, knocking Violet down and then turning the attention back to Fenris. Fenris counters with an elbow though. Dragging Saria over, trying to take out the opposing team members while Glix is distracted, and once again, Mary to Asha. Letting Battlestar recover. It's been Mary and Asha for this team for a little while now. And once again, going for the submission maneuvers. Smart strategy at this point by Glix, because if you can get them to tap out quickly, that may end the match faster than a 3 count. Puts the limb manipulation in and following up with the specialist Fenris. The Dark Wolf looking to sink her fangs into Asha, but quick back elbow puts paid to that. And butt bump by Asha. With those tags though, Glix is fresh, able to break up the pinfall. And for the 3rd time, pedigree planted by Asha. This has to do it, and finally it took 3 pedigrees from Ashapal to keep the Dark Wolf down, but they managed it. Team tall, standing tall. Mary, Ashapal, and Battlestar. A solid victory for this trio, but now the 3 will face each other. One of those 3 is going to go through to face Pressery D for the Soul Cloud Championship. This was a short-lived friendship. We'll see how this falls out in future. We're still going though, we've got more matches to get through, so sit tight, don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Suplex the train! Himbo power! Come on. Need to pop more potions. Meteor strike! Oh, I can't suplex... Oh, yeah, that's right. I can suplex a train, but I can't suplex an octopus. And here is our octopus friendo. Can I suplex an octopus? Nope. Can't suplex an octopus, turns out. Too slippery. Can I suplex Ultima Weapon? Also going to start chucking some shuriken. I can suplex Ultima Weapon. Come on, we're so close. Lift, come on, Sabin. Come on. Suplex! Boom! Hippo power! Captain Turient Guidel, Cloud Missioner of All Influencer Wrestling here, and I have a question for you. Do you like robots? Do you like space? Do you like queer romance? How about gay robots in space? Then you should read Emotional Resonance by VM Ayala, now available in print for the first time as part of the Best American Science Fiction and Fantasy 2024. See harpercollins.com for details. Welcome back. More multi-man action once again.
Combat mode.
The third of our two triple threats to determine the #1 contenders for Gabriel Van Hessel's Sold Clout title.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring, representing Chaos from Norwich, England. Weighing in at 226 pounds, the Tank.
We saw one half of Team Chaos, the Tank Mains, find success in that match prior. Will Cinneas do the same? The winner of this match will go on next week to face Big Magic Reynolds to determine Van Hessel's #1 contender. As with the earlier match, triple threat rules, 3 competitors, only 1 can win. First, pinfall or submission. Oh god, there he is. There he is. He's got an escort now.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay.
Accompanied by his private security.
And his opponents, from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 275 pounds, GT.
The golden ticket is unfortunately still here and looking to punch his way
Might cost a little.
to the Sold Clout Championship.
Some might cost a lot. But I'm the $1 million man. And you will be bought.
That $ bush of hair still prominent on the chest of the golden ticket. You have to wonder how much he pays to keep that thing manscaped. And the third competitor in this match, looking to put away one of those two.
And from Minnesota, weighing in at 239 pounds, the unpredictable Sparks!
Very familiar with Cinneas is Sparks. These two have had a long history of fighting against each other. Both competitors in the first ever War Games match that took place in All Influencer Wrestling. The Phantom fell short in our our second match. Sparks' long history of associating with Phantom is the unpredictable one, going to find victory tonight. Charging his way into the ring. Triple action again. The winner of this will face Big Magic Reynolds next week. Let's see which of these 3 it's going to be. And they wait, and Ticket waits. Cinneas and Sparks locking up as the golden ticket stalks from behind, waiting for his opportunity. And just acting like the ringmaster at this point. He is happily engaging as these two. And then picks up the pieces. Sparks driving the spine down into the turnbuckle, and elbow to Chris Cinneas. Golden ticket waiting to take advantage, but counter there by Cinneas and a drop kick by Sparks. No one really taking any solid advantage. It's going all 3 ways at this point. Ticket gets the leg locked in, goes for that figure four. He's got the submission locked in, but Sparks not about to let that fly. Again, these are not, this match is not under elimination rules. The first to score a pinfall or submission will advance to face Reynolds next week. And Ticket thrown out of the arena like trash. Cinneas now sending Sparks into the corner. And big clothesline sends Sparks down. He was I think debating whether he was going to follow through on that. Waited too long. Ticket there, breaking up the pinfall. DDT by GT. And Sparks following through. Suplex over. And Sparks now the one standing tall. Kick to the chest sends Cinneas back down. Ties up those knees and pulls through, driving his knees straight into the back of the Pirate. And Ticket has a bat. Sparks now looking to work over the legs of Golden Ticket. Sends the Ticket into the corner. And planted goes Cinneas. Sparks now the one in control. The crowd clearly not having it. And now Ticket plants Sparks down, rolls to the outside. Cinneas counters. Knee to the $ chest bush of Ticket. Cinneas now the only one standing in the ring. Eyes on Ticket, but Sparks coming around from the side. He's looking for a weapon. What has he found? It's a steel chair. Traditionalist Sparks. And Cinneas ducks out of the way. He's having absolutely none of that. He wants a weapon of his own. Kendo stick for Chris Cinneas. And cracks it over Golden Ticket. Able to get Sparks. Lighting those up. Kendo stick to the knees, to the back. Breaks it over the head of Sparks. Bounces Ticket into the steps. Tried to send Sparks through, but Sparks able to stabilize himself on the fallen body of Ticket. And hook suplex, over goes Cinneas right where Ticket was waiting to capitalize. And into the steel steps. Crowd clearly not impressed by Golden Ticket in this match. They are being very vocal over there in the corner. Cinneas back to his feet. That still waiting in the ring. Sparks over the shoulders of Ticket and chest off the turnbuckle. Cinneas there wraps around and down goes the Golden Ticket. Sparks though back to his feet. Cinneas not having time to capitalize. Over the knee goes the Pirate. Ticket tried to go through with an elbow strike. Sparks had it scouted. Over he goes. And rolls through and crab in the ring. Is Sparks going to tap? No, he's able to reverse it. Rolls through. And boot to the chest. Frees himself from that submission attempt by Cinneas. DDT from Sparks. Ticket there with the chair though, and right to the head of Sparks. And again to Cinneas. Those chair shots to the head. What does Golden Ticket have in mind now? Sparks able to push through. Over he goes, rolls up for the pinfall, but Cinneas back there, ready and able to break it up. Focusing on Ticket, leg sweep takes Cinneas back down. Weaponry littering the ring right now, an extremely dangerous situation for all three competitors. And Ticket has Cinneas down. Is this going to do it? No, Sparks is there. Sparks is breaking it up. And continued punches down to the face of Sparks. Cinneas waited, but took a little long to get that steel chair up. Rolls out Ticket, now standing, has gone back to the steel chair. Can he finish this off before Cinneas recovers on the outside? He's taking his time, picking Sparks apart. But Sparks able to roll through. What do we have in mind? And up and over we go. Chops to the chest of Sparks. Cinneas now the one in control. Stomping a mud hole in Sparks. Rolls through into the corner. Is he a little too close to the ropes though? Nope, but Ticket having none of it. Backdrop onto Cinneas and goes for the pinfall while Sparks is still down. Not like this. Not like this. And Cinneas finds it within himself. He's able to kick out at 2. Ticket able to get the better of the exchange. Scoop slam onto the Pirate. Running elbow drop, and Sparks there able to capitalize. Hauls Cinneas back to his head once again. His feet, excuse me, once again. And there's Ticket with the running elbow strike once again. Opportunistic as ever. Going back, hunting for more weaponry. What's he going to find under the ring? Seemingly didn't find anything under there, so went right back for that baseball bat. Not able to land it in time. Sparks able to counter. Look at the strength of Sparks. Driving that knee into the back of the golden Ticket. Then spins through, tried to go for the DDT, but Cinneas able to fight out with those blows to the side. Repositioning away from the ring ropes, but Ticket's waiting around, and what's he got in mind? Tried to go for maybe through to the turnbuckle, but Sparks able to counter. And running Bulldog. And Sparks is strung up in the corner. Ticket might have this. Able to kick out at 2. Cinneas able to dig deep. He's still going, but now rolls to the outside to recover. Sparks in trouble. Ticket punches. Rolls through, and he's got the hold locked in, going for the submission. That's the surge pricing right there, but Cinneas able to make it back in time to save. Is that going to be punished though? He's gone back for the figure 4. Is Cinneas going to tap? He's fighting through. He's able to reverse the pressure. Sparks back to his feet. Both other men going for the grapple there on Ticket. They both want a piece of him. Sparks able to get back with the exchange. Clothesline by Cinneas. What's he got in mind now? Just going for the pinfall. I think he maybe was considering going up top, but Ticket just pushing the ref out of the way to get in there and break that up. What does GT have in mind? Going up to the middle rope. Sparks is just watching on. Falling elbow. Goes for the baseball bat. Ticket too quick, and he's gone for that chokehold once again. He's got it locked in. Is this Sparks going to tap now? The surge pricing is locked in, and it... Sparks again, and not like this. Sparks taps out to the surge price. Golden Ticket has won. It is now down to Big Magic Reynolds to stop this Willy Wanker. We have our number 1 contendership set. Big Magic Reynolds versus the Golden Ticket. We're going to take a moment to cleanse our palates from that disappointing outcome. We'll be right back with more clout-chasing action after these short messages. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Limsa, and the clout missioner of all influencer wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats. And sometimes, even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind: tinyhatlabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? tinyhatlabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Tyrion Guidel, and tinyhatlabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet.
Well, we are going from number one contenders match to crowning a champion.
The following contest is a fatal four-way ladder match, and it's for the Internet Championship. Making his way to the ring from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 158 pounds, Stephen Joyce.
4 competitors, 1 championship suspended above the ring. They will need to climb the ladder to claim that title and the prestige of being the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Stephen Joyce, the first one in the match, making his way down to the ring, a long-standing fan favorite in All Influencer Wrestling. There are 3 others, though, who have their eyes on that championship.
You ready for this?
Let's go!
And here is the first of those 3.
And his opponents, first from Manchester, New Hampshire, weighing in at 228 pounds, Booday!
Booday, one of the more recent acquisitions in All Influencer Wrestling. What a claim, being able to call yourself the first ever Intercontinental Championship, a champion holder, getting tongue-tied right out of the gate. Booday, of course, has been here in All Influencer Wrestling a little bit before, but debuting a brand new look for a brand new arena and a brand new coat. And stretching out with those splits. That flexibility will help get up the ladder quick. It will work well for Booday in this match. Stephen and Booday at the ring, the 3rd entrant. Another newer addition, but one who certainly made his mark.
And from every man's nightmare, weighing in at 243 pounds, Slugger Damien!
A fellow pirate, though a bit more vicious than what we might be used to. Damien Farner looking for the gold that is above that ring. It's not buried treasure, it's flying treasure. But nonetheless, Farner wants that belt. Fana and Booday both impressing enough in their short tenure towards the end of last season to earn their shot at this match. Showing off the, even I must admit, magnificently curled mustache of Damian Fana. The bright side is all the fire is a little safer now that we have an outdoor arena. And who is the final entrant in this match?
And from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 200 pounds, the X-Factor!
He is the X-Factor. He is Sevius Doom. It has been a feast or famine for Doom since his arrival in All Influencer Wrestling. He has taken out some prominent clout chasers, but has thus far always fallen a little short at the final hurdle. One of these four will be our first ever Intercontinental Champion. And that is what it's all about. That belt right there. Sizing each other up. Big difference in physiques in the match, and it looks like look at that Fana and Sevius both immediately taking it to the two smaller competitors. Booday laid out. You have to wonder if Sevius and Fana coordinated that. That was such incredible synchronicity. Fana draping knee to the face of Booday, and looks like Sevius has Stephen Joyce by the throat, and big punch right to the gut. He got some air on that one. Stephen, though, fighting back out of the corner. Scrappy underdog is the scenario in which Stephen most usually finds comfort. He knows exactly how to fight back from underneath. Smacks Fana down to the mat. Stephen in control, locking up with Sevius Doom. And Stephen and Booday teaming up. They plop the shoulders of Sevius down, and then Booday smacking Stephen right ahead. Any match like this is going to have those alliances, but they are going to be extremely, extremely temporary. Booday looking for a weapon to even things out. Sevius Doom sent flying through that ladder, and look at the size of the ladder that Booday has pulled out. Almost sent Fana crashing into it. Over the shoulders, Stephen Joyce counters. Chop block sends Sevius Doom down. Ladders littering the ring already. And Stephen stands tall by himself. He's got a moment. If he can move quickly. No, he's not going for the title though. He is not done. He's set that ladder up in the corner. What does Stephen have in mind here? Big shotgun drop kick sends Sevius Doom in there, but that ladder is looking precarious. Fana there, boots to the face, he's in control. Booday wants none of that ladder where it is. No, he just needed to reposition it a little. Flying boot by Fana now, again in control. Stephen shuts it down. Onto the shoulders of Fana goes Sevius, as Booday claws at the face of Stephen. And that is not the type of back shot that Booday wanted, and that rolls out the way though, and Fana sends himself crashing down onto that bridged ladder. Excellent strategy, and then Stephen follows through. Booday has an incredible opportunity. Sevius Doom looks like he is stuck there. He cannot find his way back into the ring. And just able to get that butt punch in there. Though Fana charging in. Fana's more interested in getting revenge against Sevius. Stephen barely breaks it in time. Can Stephen get this done? And just barely, I think, fingertips away from crowning our first title. Booday almost had that planted down. That hook up there must be loose by now. It is anyone's game. The next person to climb that ladder surely is going to be our champion. And it looks like Sevius is going to be that. Booday has Fana locked up. Sevius Doom right there. Booday has not realized, and that is it. Sevius Doom claims the title, your first ever Intercontinental Champion. You have to argue that that was almost thrown away by Booday within inches of their grasp, not quite able to follow through. It is Sevius Doom who claims the title in the end. A quick, hard-hitting bout. We're going to move right on to the next one. We'll be back in a very short order for our main event after these quick messages.
Captain Tyrant Guidal, Cloud Commissioner of All Influencer Wrestling here, and I have a question for you. Do you like robots? Do you like space? Do you like queer romance? How about gay robots in space? Then you should read Emotional Resonance by VM Ayala, now available in print for the first time as part of the Best American Science Fiction and Fantasy 2024. See harpercollins.com for details.
One title match down.
The following contest is a tag match set for one song. Introducing first, from parts unknown, weighing in at 169 pounds, Reynolds!
Avric and Tiff claimed this title shot at the end of our previous season. They have been delayed due to the various, let's call them, technical difficulties we will talk about at some point in future. But their shot remains. They are here to face down our reigning champions, RBFS.
And his partner from overseas, weighing in at 215 pounds.
And Tiff, Avric's childhood friend, both of them friends of the victorious Ashapal, who advanced in as part of her tag team match earlier in the night, will now be in a triple threat to be the #1 contender for Presley D's title next week. And Avric and Tiff claim victory the same as Asha did earlier. Or will they be yet another team that falls to the meat mountain that is RBFS? There's those titles around the waist.
At a combined weight of 998 pounds, the Internet Champions, the Monsters!
Two making their way down to the ring. 2/3 of RBFS out here tonight. The third member held back from this partly to keep an even playing field for Avric and Tiff, but also because this is a brand new ring and we want to make sure that it can handle that much meat. We are going to take a brief moment here to reinforce the ring. We will be right back. All right, the ring has been secured. We are ready to go. There was a little bit of a concerning sag we wanted to resolve before we get this
The
going.
following contest is a tag match set for one fall and is for the Internet Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 384 pounds.
Tiff and Avric ready to go.
998 pounds. The Internet Champions, the Monsters.
Benny and Frederico representing RBFS. Look how tiny those titles look on the shoulders of those massive meat mountains. This is what it's all about. That is the clout. And that's what Tiff and Avric are looking to get their hands on. But Benny and Frederico are not going to be willing to let those go. We go. It's Avric, unsurprisingly, starting out the rage-fueled little powerhouse. And they're taking advantage of his size. That boot that by Frederico flew so far over Avric's head. The halfling size working in his favor. Frederico going to the corner. Avric thinks better of it, tagging in Tiff. He's giving his friend a shot. What's Tiff going to have in mind here? Sends Freddy down to the mat, and just look at the size of Benny there looming in frame. Working over the limbs. Smart move. You're not going to outpower RBFS. Keep them down. Keep them grounded. Keep the limb manipulation going. And if there's one person who knows manipulating limbs, it's Tiff. I fully agree, random audience member, we are now talking, but Frederico able to counter, and that is a lot of weight to be hurling right at Tiff's head like it just did. Tried to go to break up that tag attempt there, I think. Tiff fell just short. And it is now Benny, the main combatant of RBFS. Look at the size, the sheer airtime that Benny just got on Tiff. He threw him into the air like he was nothing. Holding him back up. And down over he goes. Tag these two brothers, keeping things moving quickly. Tiff tried to go for a crossbody, but Freddy's just smacked him down to the ground. And the strangely athletic, high-flying abilities of Frederico on display there. Avric just watching on. He had every faith Tiff was going to be able to kick out of that. Did not try to go in and break up the pinfall. Again, a reminder of those new tag rules we have in effect. There are limits on the amount of times a competitor is able to get into the ring to break up those pinfalls. Avric showing the strategy here now. He has to be careful. If he breaks that too early where Tiff was able to kick out, he may not be able to do so later on when it's actually necessary. Benny hoisting Tiff up over the shoulder and charging him into the corner turnbuckle right in front of Avric. And same over onto the other side. RBFS were looking like they were in control, but quick flurry of offense by Tiff has turned the tables very quickly. Benny trapped in the corner. Bouncing the bull's noggin off the turnbuckle there. Chop to the chest. That's how you tenderize that beef. 1, 2. Frederico considered it and didn't maybe have the same faith. Benny able to kick out barely after the 1 count, but Freddy was making his way in to try and break that up. And Tiff going through the middle rope, tackles down Benny on the outside. Wrenching the neck. Tiff trying to make jerked beef here on the outside. This match, though, does have countouts, and the title does not change hands on a DQ or countout. Has to get Benny or Freddy pinned or submitted in the ring. What has Tiff got in mind? Locks up, back into that corner once again, and there's the tag at last. It's Avric back in. Tiff and Avric going for the double, and axe handle from Avric. But not able to capitalize. Benny coming in with those strikes from Avric's blinded side. He did not see those coming, clearly. Goes right for the pinfall. Is Avric now? Tiff there with the save. And into the corner and bounces back off. Not the worst situation for Avric. These two in a bit of a rough situation now where Frederico has had plenty of time to recover on the outside there. And just showing off the strength by hoying the fully armored Avric up over the shoulder and drops down to the mat. And once again, the ease of which Benny just picked up Avric and scoop slam. Is this going to be it? Tiff broke up that previously, and that is the end of it. Okay, apparently the arena had the wrong music to play, but unable to put it away. A valiant attempt by Tiff and Avric, but it's Benny and Frederico who come away victorious. RBFS still your double clout champions. What a comeback. What a show. We are back. The clout chasing has resumed. The influence is up for grabs. We're back, baby. Next week, more championship determining happens. We know who faces Jennifer Storio for the $1 Million Championship. It's going to be Aris O'Shell. Has she bitten off more than she can chew? We'll find out. Meanwhile, Big Magic Reynolds faces down the golden ticket to become #1 contender for Gabriel Van Hessel's title, and another #1 contender bout will happen for the other side of the tag division. we will determine who is going to go on to face Handed Ginger for their double clout titles. More besides, we've got new debuts to come, we've got others to get on the card. We're back, we're going to be thrilling with more things in the coming weeks. I have been your Clout Missioner, Captain Terry of Gardal. It's good to be back. We'll see you next time, and as always, remember to stay #out the clout.